This video update brought to you by RaceDayScore.com. Daily Fantasy NHRA Drag Racing.
We're joined in the media center by current #1 qualifier in Pro Stock, Greg Anderson. His 6.57 second pass at 209.65 miles per hour got him the #1 position so far after the one session. Greg, obviously you guys would want 2 hits at the track, but talk about that first session and what you guys were able to get accomplished.
Well, definitely a learning experience, and you know, honestly, it looked bleak today. The forecast certainly didn't look good, so yeah, we're thankful to get one. Would have loved to got 2, but we're thankful to get 1. So we got some intel today, and you know, as I spoke earlier, it looks like it's becoming very clear. The rest of the pack has made some gains, just like I predicted this morning, feared this morning, whatever you want to call it. So, you know, it's all good. Time to get back and go to work, and now we've got to have to find some more performance for tomorrow to try and hang on to #1. So it's all good, but good news is we got great weather forecast the rest of the weekend. Shouldn't have to worry about any delays, any problems, and just get out there and give it all you got. The racetrack is great. It was perfect. There was absolutely nothing wrong with the racetrack. So now we know what we got. We go back and we tune them up and try and run better tomorrow.
So not the least bit surprised by your run?
No, I certainly, that's about what we expected we could run, but I was slightly surprised by some of the other cars. They did pick up a goodly amount. That's you know, a good couple hundreds quicker than they were able to run at the last race. So my hat's off to them. A lot of talent in this class, and as I predicted, they did their homework and they made some gains this week. So now it's up to us to answer the call and see if we can you know, improve our cars some more too. So a good day. You know, we're at the top of the heap, so that's always a good day, and we'll come out swinging tomorrow because we know if we don't, we'll get passed by. So got to make some gains overnight.
Bobby, do you have anything?
No, sir.
Oh, come on.
Brandon Mudd?
Again, you always want as many runs as you can get, but the competitor in you with the conditions that we had, where you really want that second run to...
Absolutely. Yeah, I always do. Absolutely. I always want as many as I can get. It's information that we value a lot. There isn't a race that goes by that you don't wish that you had a couple more cracks at it to really figure it out and really master it. So, you know, you need as many as you can get through a weekend. And obviously, if you do well in qualifying and you find a way to go rounds on race day, you can continue getting better. So the more on track time you get, the better off you are. And anytime you miss runs, you know, due to weather or mistakes or whatever, you usually end up behind the 8 ball. So, you know, you're just going to have to, it's the same for everybody. Everybody got the same amount of runs today, so nobody really had an advantage. We're just going to have to get sharper with our, you know, what we learned out the 1 run today and make changes for tomorrow and forget that we didn't get a second run, I guess. So it's just, you got to look at it positively. I'm glad we got 1 run today because it looked like we might get none.
Do you feel like that tonight could have been some record runs had we been able to complete it?
Definitely would have been faster tonight, no question about it. You always love it when the sun goes down, when the track temperature goes down, you always run better. So, but that's, you know, I guess that's all for the eyeball to look at the scoreboard and be impressed by. But the bottom line is you still have to beat the car next to you, so it doesn't really matter what the conditions are. But do we love being able to run fast, set records? You're damn right we do.
Real quick, Kevin McGaha.
Greg, with your crew chief Rob Downing running a stalker this week, seems like everybody on the KB team's got a stalker. You got one in the
Yeah, I got the bug. No, I don't have a stalker yet. It's I don't have room in the shop. I got them everywhere around there. We got Bo Butner with his stalkers all over the shop. We got Rob. We got my cylinder head guy, Dan Blavelow's got a stalker car. So Jason's got his ready to come out. Jason would have been racing last week too, but we had to do a summit function down in Atlanta last weekend. So they've definitely got the bug. They've got the stock eliminator bug. I'm going to stick with the pro stock bug, I guess.
Greg,
do you feel like the teams that were running right there with you today, do you feel like it was more that they're catching up to you, or do you think it was more just the weather conditions today?
No, I really honestly feel they're catching up. You know, we obviously correct all our runs back to a sea level. We kind of know by what the weather is and what the racetrack temperature is, what we should be able to run to make a good quality run. So we could predict it pretty accurately, and we were kind of right on with what we've been able to run. They were better, absolutely better. So it definitely looks like they made some gains. And then, you know, through testing in the last couple of weeks, the cars that have tested looked like they had gained. It absolutely looked like they had gained. So we kind of knew coming in here that the competition was going to be a little stiffer. So she's a new ball game this weekend, and we're not going to have that big cushion. So falls more back in the driver's lap, and I didn't do a great job driving at first. Just like I explained earlier today, there's so many things can go wrong on that starting line and in the starting line process, and I red lighted bad. For some reason, something told me to leave the starting line. I was all rushed and in a hurry and flustered. I got to get over that. I got to calm down and get back in the game, get my head in the game. So a lot of things can go wrong, and as I said, once you leave the starting line and the cars go down the racetrack, they're just like any other race. But getting your stage and leaving the starting line is tricky.
Greg, were you surprised that with all the problems of the first couple of races, the staging and keeping the cars running and everything, that it was so seamless for today's first session?
Probably. The only thing that I noticed went wrong, Bo Butler's car died when he went to attempt to do his burnout, so he had some trouble getting it refired and things. That's another gremlin that we've got to get ironed out, but that's the only one I saw. Everybody did a great job. Everybody did better than I did. I probably did the worst job of driving than anybody out there. My car did great, but I didn't do a great job of driving. So, but all in all, with the challenge that we've got, and with the 4-wide procedure, everybody did pretty darn good today.
You were surprised?
I was surprised.
Stan?
Yeah, one follow-up. Other than the rain and losing a qualifying attempt, does the rain make the track better tomorrow?
Well, one thing it does, it cleans it off. Any oils or debris, it cleans it off. So that's the good thing. The only time the rain becomes a negative is if it's able to get under the rubber and make the rubber peel off. But we've never had that issue at this racetrack. There's certain other ones that you do. We've never had that problem here. Do not expect that. So the rain will clean it off. It will be better tomorrow. That's the history we've got with rain. And I learned that many years ago at a young age when I worked with Warren Johnson. I don't think I'll ever forget it. We ran on Sunday somewhere, and we had a great race car. We had, I think, the best car there, and we made it to the final round. It got rained out on Sunday night. We had to come back Monday morning, and the sun came shining Monday morning. The rubber all peeled off the racetrack. I can't remember if it was Columbus or where it was, and I was Warren's crew chief at the time, and I panicked. And I said, there's no rubber on the racetrack. We've got to make some serious changes on the race car here. We've got the fastest car. I've got a cushion. We went out there and just completely melted the clutch out of the car. The racetrack was better than it ever been. So that's when I learned, that's the day I learned that 9 times out of 10, the rain's going to make the racetrack better.
Great. Perfect. Thank you very much, Greg.
You bet. Thank you, guys.
I
See you
thought
tomorrow.
it was the professor. What's that?
He yelled at me hard. I can still see the hood flying across the pit area. That's the truth.
For the latest in drag racing news, always visit CompetitionPlus.com and make sure to like us on Facebook.